Hi ladies, it's Muriel. Today's projects come from the, today's project ideas, come from the Paper Crafts magazine that I picked up at my local grocery store a couple of days ago. It's full of Halloween ideas for cards, layouts, and just projects in general. So I suggest that you go to your local store where you purchase your magazines and take a look at it. You don't have to buy it, but take a look at it because it does have some great ideas in it. So I did a couple of cards that were in here, and I wanted to show them to you. The first card I attempted to do was this one here, using burlap and canvas, and that looks like material, and that looks like a strip of denim. Although I don't have all these things exactly, but I did go through my paper stash, and this background here I did have. It is in the On the Bright Side paper pad from My Mind's Eye. As you can kind of see it on the top here. It's that wood grain look, that paneling look like we used to have in our living room on the walls many years ago. So I came up with two cards. The first one here, using that paper, I used the Jolie's Rose to put on this card. I had burlap. I used a 1-inch strip of blue cardstock, and then I just did dash lines here to duplicate or replicate what was on that card. And then my letters are the rub-on from Close to My Heart, the newsprint rub-on. Really cool. All small font, and they have that newspaper writing on them. So I used that and just put them on some green background paper and had the word hi, and then on the inside used some of the paper from the My Mind's Eye designer pad. What is it? Be Happy. It has nice paper in here. What I like about it is a lot of the papers have open space to write your sentiment, yet there also is a design on the side. Here's another one. Lots of space for sentiment and a little design on the side. And it can be cut out to be placed on the inside of your card and just give the inside of the card a nice look. So that was the first one. The second card, I broke out my Sizzix die. I had just purchased this from the scrappy resale room. I believe I paid $10, I'm not sure. The Flower 3D die. I have to thank Cat at Cat Scrappiness, because she saw the posting and she emailed me, and I replied back, I want it, and it was just in time, so the seller sold it to me. So I used that one for these roses here, which they came out pretty good. I used the quill tool that I purchased at my local stamp store to assist in twirling those papers, and then just glued them at the bottom, and they came out okay. And then this here is some canvas that I had laying around that I used my Distress Stain, I believe it's Picket Fences, that's the green one, and once I dried it, then I just frayed the edges. So I thought that one came out okay. And again, put the word hi there and use some of the designer paper from the Be Happy pad on the inside. So those two came out okay. And I kept looking in the magazine, and I found one more that I wanted to try. And let's see what that is, because I did mark the page. It is certainly more of a Halloween card. So it's right here with the pumpkin. It says Happy Boo Day. The background of this card has a lattice stamp that they stamped the background with. So I just looked at my stash and figured out what do I have. So I came up with this card here. This is from the Craft Cardstock note cards and envelopes that I just recently purchased, and at Michael's. It's a 5 by 6.5, but I cut it down so that it's a 5 by 6. And again, I used a script background stamp, and I used 2 pieces of the paper from the Be Happy designer pad, and some ribbon, boo ribbon, and then this big pumpkin here came from the K&Company Halloween die cut cardstock, just full of pumpkins and witches and ghosts, and 75 pieces that came in here. So I just used that, and then I put some twine on the top there, and on the inside I just layered it with some more paper. Now this paper here is from the Recollections scrapbook paper pad. I purchased that last year at Michael's, and it also has beautiful paper. A lot of them are treated with the glitter, but they're really nice too. They're perfect for matting pictures or using on the inside of your cards, as I did. So 3 different paper pads. So I thought that one came out okay. And then I thought, okay, am I going to make a bunch of cards this year? And I happened to look over to my right of my desk, and I noticed that I had a lot of craft paper pieces that were left over from things that I have made, cut. When I normally make a card, I pull out a 8.5 by 11 sheet of craft paper. I cut it in half, and then I cut off this much, and then use the other piece for my card. So I just had a bunch of these off to the side, and I said, okay, let's use this and make some note cards. So I just took these, cut them down to a 3 by 3, and then I created some Halloween note cards. They were a lot easier, a lot faster, and while I made cards last year, I thought this year my friends and co-workers will get note cards. So I made 6 little cards, and I have to tell you what I did with these. So I first wanted some kind of background on this cardstock. So I pulled out a Stampin' Around tool that I've had for years. And this happens to have a wheel on the inside that says Halloween. And what you do is you just ink it up. Let's see if I can find where I can show you how it's done. But I'm sure you all know. You just kind of ink it up, and then you roll it across the paper, and you get the same pattern over and over again. So if you can look, you can see on the background there, that's just the word Halloween from the wheel. I used the pumpkin from the K&Company collection. Again, some more ribbon, and then these 2 pieces of paper are from that My Mind's Eye collection. And on the inside, I just cut out a piece of the Recollections designer paper, and then this die cut here came from something I purchased last year from Michael's. It was this die cut shape pad, and it's just full of die cuts. Each page, you can just kind of pop the things out. I mean, there's mats, there's frames, there's a house. Some of the papers are glittered, foiled. I mean, it was just full of so many die cuts. So I was able to pop those out, and those became the sentiments inside the card. And then on the back side, of course, hand stamped by Cooper with the lashes. And I just got a call that my stamp that I ordered is in from the stamp store, so I'm so excited because I'll have that Cooper with the lashes and the smile on a stamp, so I won't have to write that anymore. So here's another one that I did, and this pumpkin is from the Making Memories Vintage Findings pack that I just purchased the other day. It came with die cuts and rick-rack and all kind of little whatnot to say mini kit Halloween. So I pulled that pumpkin off, used some Rick Rack, some of my ribbon, the paper, and on the inside it has a sentiment trick or treat. So these were more fun to make. They were really quick. There's another one there. And here's a black pumpkin that I found in that K & Company collection. It was really cute. And that piece of paper there is from the Vintage Findings kit. Trick or treat. And again, pumpkin, more Rick Rack, more ribbon. And these are popped up on some pop dots. And that says Eek. I'll be able to write something there. And then the last one, same thing. Each of these pumpkins, they're so cute because they all have different expressions on their faces. And the inside here says Happy Halloween. So what I'll be doing with these cards is putting them inside these envelopes that I purchased a while ago. I purchased these vellum 3x3 envelopes from scrapbook.com. You ladies have to go there because you really can get some things that you can add to your scrapbook stash that are real nice. So I'm going to put each one of these cards in one of these adorable vellum envelopes. And who wouldn't want to come to work and find one of these little cute things on your desk? And they will instantly know who they're from. Right? And look how you can kind of see through it. Isn't that cute? And then I'm going to, because I'm not one who likes to lick envelopes, I have these little sheets with these bats on them, these stickers. I've had those forever. I'm just going to close it up like this. Hopefully that'll stick. Okay, there we go. And that's going to be on my coworker's desk. So back to these envelopes. I had picked these up. Now these again were the 3x3 vellum, and I got 2 of those. And then they have the A2 envelopes for your standard size cards, and they have the 5.5 by 5.5, and they have the 10-inch vellum envelopes. And these I like to use around the holiday when I send out, cards where they're long like this and beautiful, because you can really capture some of those pattern papers that come out around the holiday with the trees and the snow and the carriage. So you can just put that right on the top of the card and it'll show through on that vellum envelope. So ladies, go ahead and visit scrapbook.com. Pick yourself up some of these envelopes. Don't forget to go to your local store, get yourself this Papercraft magazine, and get busy making your Halloween note cards or your Halloween A2 cards. Thanks again, and we'll talk soon. Bye now.